It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Backchannel, the only place to listen to, watch, and chat live with your hosts right here. And you're watching Get On Up with Jam and Renee. I am your morning Jam, James Arthur M.
And I am Renee Colvin. Good morning, Valentine.
Good morning, Valentine.
Good morning, Valentine.
I am good morning, Get On Up. We're going to say good morning to you in just a moment. And you might be wondering, why do they have flowers in front of their faces?
What's going on?
I'm actually so mad at myself because literally as the countdown clock was going, my camera was like this.
Oh, it was.
And I thought,
second guess yourself.
That's ridiculous.
No. Okay, well, do you want to do a do-over? Hold on, let's do a do-over. Okay. Well, mine's a bit. A 3, 2, 1.
No, yes. It was in reaching distance. I was gonna do a bit. We were literally synchronized. I was gonna open up because yesterday was Valentine's Day, everybody.
Sure was
Valentine's Day. And Renee and I both sent each other the same bouquet of flowers.
The exact same. Now, how do I get more perspective on that?
Looky there. It's the same.
Truly. Now, I would imagine that this is the type of thing, I will put this up here so I can look at it and it is beautiful. I would imagine this is the type of thing that is endlessly entertaining, charming, adorable to us. And to anyone else, it is okay. All right, we get it. You love each other.
Rob's already like producer Rob in the background's already like have a comment. You know, you all want to say something about this.
Well, let's hear it.
Well, you can comment away. We can't wait to hear it. We love the comments. We love the comments. Just as we love our audience. You can just write into your Echo device, or even if you're watching on the YouTubes. Well, no, if you're watching the YouTubes, it's different. You clickety-clack with your fingers.
Sure.
But if you're on the Echo device, the most preferred way to get in on the action, you just say. And then whatever comes out of your mouth will pop up. We'll read it. We'll have a laugh. Say nice flowers.
Nice flowers. Nice flowers, you two. My goodness gracious. Get on. Yes.
I got to tell you, I'll be kicking myself the entire show that
please don't.
I can guess myself.
No,
but didn't open the show.
Instincts were correct. Your instincts were correct. You nailed it. Those are beautiful. My goodness, those are beautiful.
What?
Get On Uppers. We're so yes. Yes. Let's hear it.
Yes. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. What?
Me.
I couldn't hear you.
So, I know we're gonna get to our Get On Uppers in just a moment. You Get On Uppers. Well, I just want to say that the flowers came during a meeting with all of our senior leadership. I was on the directors and senior leadership. And I ran off camera. And when I came back, my camera came on. And I was like, you work remote and virtually, and so usually you get flowers delivered in the office. And what better way during a meeting? And I pop back on. I've got flowers. Let me tell you. Flowers started off like this. By the end of the meeting, they were
front and center.
Yeah, I think it's really important for us to keep in mind that
exactly. And if I could just piggyback on that, I do feel that just right there, those flowers, they are beautiful. I think we do keep them in frame, right? Just a little off to the side, just a little touch, just a touch of love right there. Delightful. I cannot tell you the last time I got flowers. You were a gift that keeps on giving.
Well, that
jam.
Well, you know who else is a gift that keeps on giving?
Let's hear it.
The Get On Uppers. Good morning. Get On Uppers. Good morning. And yes, what are your thoughts on our twin flowers arrangements here? They're like the sister of flowers, right there.
There we go. They're beautiful.
We're gonna keep it there. Get On Uppers. It's like they're gonna attack me, but it's worth it. It's worth it for the bet. Anything for comedy and love. Get On Uppers. We want to say good morning to you. So good morning. They're like, finally.
Yeah, it's about time.
About each other.
About time.
Welcome, Amanda from Vermont. Good morning. Happy post. What is it? What do you say? Post Valentine's?
Or how about Valentine's Day? Morrow. Tomorrow, the day
Sounds like
after.
someone died,
It
but
does.
we'll get
It
to
does.
it. Happy Valentine's tomorrow to Amanda from Vermont, Deborah McIntosh from California, Verona from New Hampshire, Sunny from Indiana, Bella from North Virginia, Ryan from Michigan, Stacy, hello,
Stacy,
Stacy from
good
Texas,
morning.
Nathan and sometimes C from Texas as well, and Jenny from the block from New York, and Cole from South Carolina. Jenny from the block, your
Love
movie.
it.
Still haven't seen it, but
So
Renee
fun. Renee loved it.
still
Renee loved it.
raving
She
about
thought
it.
it was great. Thought it was great. Jam, you're right. They are beautiful, but I like them better when I can see them up here. So I'm going to put them right there. Put them right there so I can properly
They'll be
look at
back.
you.
They'll
Properly
be
look
back.
at you. Get on
They'll
up. How
be back.
was your Valentine's Day? Did you get flowers? How was it? I am perpetually single and proud to be. But I do find one of my favorite days of the year is, well, when I don't have a jam in my life who sends me gorgeous flowers. And I think the other thing is that we wrote the exact same thing on the card. Hilarious. We are hilarious. When I don't have a jam in my life, it is usually a little like, can we just get through this? I stay off Instagram. I glare down any couples that come in within 100 yards of me. And then February 15th, the dawn of a new day, is my favorite day of the year. February 15th, traditionally. This year it was different.
Great, love is over. Let's get back to business. Get back to work, people. Get back
and
to
it is, yes. Thank you.
Like,
it is the furthest you can get from Valentine's Day, February 15th, which we love. Love.
Well, Jimmy just joined the stream, and welcome to Jimmy. We're doing a little post Valentine's Day check-in. Jimmy, how was your Valentine's Day? Was it? Did you also get flowers from your co-host? I'm gonna tell you, I didn't open the show that way. Second guess myself.
No.
All right, so let's get into what we're gonna get into today, Renee. We got an action-packed show for y'all today. Here's what's coming up. It is, as you know, if you've been here before, it's Treat Yourself Tuesday, and if you've not been here before, it's still Treat Yourself Tuesday. That's what's coming up first on Treat Yourself Tuesday, followed by Celebrity Birthday Quiz, and then we've got Two Truths and a Lie. What is the theme for today's Two Truths and a Lie?
Worst breakups. And to give a little spoiler, mine will be dumps. Worst dumps. I rarely am the breaker-upper. It's fine. It's fine.
Wow,
I like to hold on to things. hold on to things. Yeah.
you and I are the yin and the yang, because mine are all
you broke up with them.
The dumpy. Is that what it is? The dumper?
You were the dumper, I think.
Yeah,
I'm the dumpy. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That tracks.
Dumper and dumpy. It's our new ABC sitcom coming at you soon.
Dumper and dumpy.
Following Quinta's new hit show.
Yes.
Dumper and dumpy.
Exactly. After Abbott Elementary. Abba.
After ABBA.
Thank you.
All right, and then we're got our Black History Month moment of the day. It is going to be Celia Cruz, Afro-Latina, queer icon in the music industry. Black diaspora is large. And then Renee, what's coming up in the second half of the show?
Well, I'd love to tell you that you can rely on getting breaking news from this show. Breaking. Will we break it an hour into the show? Yes, absolutely. So you got to stick around for a full hour to hear what's going on in the world today.
Listen,
I like it.
There's a team of people who are busy. They're in my ear. They're like, hold
on.
Ukraine.
Breaking news. Yeah. Well, and I think so we can all look to the Today Show and their platform and what they did. They start with the news. They assume, people are going to work. They're going to want to know the news. And then by the fourth hour with Hoda, they're just like, what if we do the silly stuff? And we're like, well, that's been done. So how about we flip it and reverse it? We'll do the silly stuff first and then do some news. So we'll do some news. And then I have not one, but two quizzes, both pertaining to your interest, Jim. One is how much do you know about MTV? And the other is how much do you know about Scooby-Doo? We'll see.
Well, hot dog. I will. Little teaser. MTV raised me. My mother's name was Music Television, and it raised me. I can't wait to pass this double. That's exactly right. Ruh-roh. And a big. And then we'll close out with some Giving Tuesday. And I do want to get a shout out to our producer Rob. The Kevin Feige of Backchannel is back behind the scenes. I love it. not
The
afraid
best.
to get his hands dirty, push some buttons in the background, and keep the show going. While
Thrilled to see
our
you.
beloved Sarah, she'll be our producer. She'll be joining us back tomorrow. As she's taking some time away that she needs. So we love you,
Yes,
Sarah.
yes. We love you, Sarah. We
Bring
love
you
you,
back.
Sarah, and we love you, Rob, for jumping in because the show does not exist without a producer. So grateful for you, Rob. Sarah, we love you. Both things. Both things.
All right.
Yes.
Well, it's time for Treat Yourself Tuesday. Treat yourself. Treat yourself Tuesday.
Great. So excited to treat ourselves, especially you, because I think if I'm reading the tea leaves correctly, you have not slept in 2 days. Does that seem right?
No, I just didn't sleep. I didn't sleep last night.
Okay.
The
But
night
Sunday,
before I did.
you also had a ton of work to do, and you went to a movie, which I'm grateful for, but I think it also made you stay up a little late, right? So Sunday you
Yes,
had to
it
stay up late,
happens.
and
You're like,
Monday you had to stay up
you
late.
treat yourself, and then you
Yeah.
got all the works that you
And
got.
then you got work. Yeah.
But I am excited to Treat Yourself Tuesday, and the listeners were excited. Are they gonna what are they gonna treat themselves to?
I can't wait. Can I tell you what I'm treating myself to right now?
Absolutely. But before you do, I just want to pitch the audience
Please.
to our Get On Uppers. So Treat Yourself Tuesday. And so what we've done is on Tuesdays, it's usually it's not quite the hump day. And you just need that little extra. What is Tuesday? So we've dubbed it Treat Yourself Tuesday. So the goal is you're going to treat yourself to something nice by the end of the day. At the end of the day, and that's that thing that's going to help motivate you, push you to get through the day. So we love Tuesdays. Tuesday, it's the new Friday. What are you going to treat yourself to? You can shout it out in the comments. Say, I'm going to treat myself to the Cheesecake Factory.
And I did. I did. But the thing that I was going to say that I'm treating myself to right now, and I would be remiss to not say that I regret not mentioning it until 12 minutes into the show. This black tie event that you have shown up for.
Yeah.
Oh, jam. What are we doing to ourselves this morning? Looking sharp. Tell me why.
My overdressed for the morning show.
I mean, no, I am underdressed, and that is the line that we are sticking with.
It'd been amazing if we were so in sync that you showed up in a prom dress, essentially.
I love it. I can assure you that one thing you can rely on more than the sun coming up every morning is you will never catch me in a dress, ever. You can, and that you can go to the bank on. I hate dresses.
When you go to weddings?
Yeah, no. I put it on a slick pantsuit, usually a slick jumpsuit.
So I love it. Because Renee, there's one thing I know about Renee. Renee has a lot of friends constantly getting married. Every time I go to LA, Renee's like, someone's getting married. I'm like,
I gotta go to a wedding. I got
go.
one this weekend, and I'll be wearing a slick jumpsuit.
I love it. A woman after my own heart, and you're doing Hillary Clinton proud. So thank
you so much. I use that as my my kill timer as I try to find pantsuit wedding dresses, which aren't dresses.
I'm so curious about that Google search. Oh yes. Let me shop for my wedding dress pantsuit.
Exactly. And that is exactly what I put into Google. Wedding dress pantsuit.
I love it because your wedding's going to be kind of like a lesbian wedding, but you're both going to be heterosexual.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's the plan. I just got to find somebody who loves a girl in pants. We'll see what we can do.
I do. I
know, but you love me platonically. I need to find someone who loves me romantically, who hates dresses as much as I
do. Okay, well, why I'm dressed up is right after this. I'm actually I'm hosting. This is why I was up late. Our company award show, our Culture Rockstar Awards, and so I'm in charge of the whole entire thing. I'm a former winner.
Of course you are. Yeah.
And but yeah, I don't have a long time for a big costume change. They need to set things up, but it's like a very fancy presentation deck. Your boy is not messing around. You can do a lot of great stuff with it. Is an epic deck.
Yes.
My only regret, it's not in Zoom. You can do so much more in Zoom. I won't bore you with the details, but
okay.
Google Hangout trash.
Google Hangout,
garbage place. You can't really share audio, but Zoom I turn this into a full-scale production. So I'm limited.
Anything you need. Okay. But you'll work with it. I love it so much. I want to say, can I get an invite? Is there any way I can correct? Well, never mind. I have a meeting at 9. But will it go past 10?
It's at 9:30, and I can't let you into this award show. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
It's employees only.
All
I'm
right.
so sorry.
Well, fine.
They won't let you in.
And then I did have a follow-up question. Former winner. I'm so proud of you. But before you said former winner, you said I'm in charge of the whole thing. So I am just I'm just curious. You won and you're in charge. Did you nominate yourself? How does this happen?
No. I'm
Yes.
now in charge. It's my new before.
Oh, got
I got a record
it.
19 nominations, and I won.
Not at all surprised to hear this.
Culture rock star, all around
Okay.
culture rock star.
Mhm.
I have the trophy. It's right up there.
Okay.
But yeah, then my new role, I stepped into a new role, and part of it is I do diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, and rewards and recognition. So it
I'm so
is
proud of you.
now part of my role. Here's a funny thing. I hope
I'm
you know
listening.
something. I
Mhm.
actually had the most nominations this time around, but I can't win because I'm running it and I just won a year ago. So
What do you call the person underneath valedictorian? The
salutatorian.
second Victorian? The what Victorian?
Salutatorian.
Salutatorian.
I said
Okay.
it and you still leaned in wrong. With
I
all
talked
the
over. I'm
confidence of
so sorry. Okay. So the salutatorian will be winning, but thinking that they're
Mhm.
the valedictorian. Oh, that is kind of you. That's
But
kind. Well,
no
of
one
course you
fell.
won, and I'm proud of you.
No, Amanda,
Congratulations.
Deborah, Verona, Sunny,
Mm-mm.
Bella, Ryan,
Keep it
me,
between
Jonathan
us.
MC, Jennifer
Mhm.
Lopez, Cole, and Lauren. Shh, it's our
Shh,
secret.
shh, 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 shh.
That's
You
all our
gotta keep it
secret.
between us. You got to keep it between us. Yeah. Okay.
Secret.
All
So
right.
you haven't gotten to
I'm
some
gonna treat myself. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Both of us need to. Okay. So I am treating myself to your look, and I am enjoying it. It is nice. So that's my first treat yourself. My second treat yourself is my very best friend in the whole wide world, the person that I love more than anything in the world, and I were going to watch Dollface together, but then plans changed. So I am going to watch the first episode of Dollface tonight.
Wow,
Plans changed, Jam. I don't know if you're here, but plans changed.
well, whoever this person is, they
Yeah.
sound like a handsome
Yes.
loser.
No, never, ever,
How
never, ever.
dare
They're
they?
busy.
Give me
They're
their
busy.
address.
No,
Give me their address. I'll wrap them up for you. I will
they're
do it.
busy. They're busy. And then I am a geriatric millennial. So when you become a geriatric millennial, because you were young, or get on uppers are young, but I am a geriatric millennial. I might even be a Gen Xer. I'm not sure. I haven't checked the numbers. But the grays, oh, the grays, they abound. And when you're brunette, that means that you have to dye your hair every week. And it is
Wow.
taxing. But I was sleepy on Sunday, so I didn't get to it. So I got to do it tonight.
Wow.
I know.
Secrets. You know what? That's what I love
Yeah.
about our show. Get on up. We let y'all in.
I'll tell
Hoda
you.
doesn't
I'll
tell
tell
you how
you.
often she's dyeing her hair. She's not telling you.
I will. They'll tell you every guy. I
Savannah
got
Guthrie,
Botox. I get my hair dyed.
you're getting nothing out of Savannah Guthrie.
No,
Nothing.
absolutely not.
So
Absolutely not. I
No.
think we have to, because then you get this whole thing that happens on social media. Everybody's like, "Oh God, what's wrong with me? I'm a geriatric millennial, and my face is falling, and my hair is gray. Yeah, same. I just get Botox and I dye it. That's it. That's it.
Well, you're perfect in my book, Renee. You're like,
Natural. Natural.
cute. Okay. All right. You gotta get notes from the producer. Yes, Renee. Keep that duck face. Keep it.
I love it.
Well,
Yes, my love. How are you treating yourself?
I am definitely going to sleep as soon as I humanly
Good.
possibly can.
Good.
Today's my off day from my gym, as we learned last week.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays are my. I go to the gym every day except for Tuesday. Tuesday's my off
Nuts.
day.
Nuts.
It doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna treat myself to. Ugh.
Oh.
So I will be treating myself to episode 3 of Dollface.
I'll probably catch up to you. I bet we'll be caught up by tomorrow. I guarantee we'll be caught up by tomorrow.
Because I couldn't sleep last night, like so much I couldn't sleep last night that
Right.
I just was like, I have to watch something. It's so stupid.
To
After a
settle you.
while,
Yeah.
I tried everything, Renee. I
Believe it.
tried your breathing technique.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
Brinned for 4,
Yep.
hold for 8 or 7, and release. Maybe I didn't get the counting right, and that's what happened.
No,
And then
yeah.
I did like a body scan, nothing. I
Nothing.
did my
Yeah.
mantras, nothing. I
Yep.
prayed to God to put me to sleep, nothing.
I'm so sorry, but I've been there. That level of insomnia, the only thing that can fix it is like getting zombie scrolling on social media or watching a show. There's just something, it's just something that turns off your brain that makes you sleepy.
That's the thing, my brain was just running too much. And
Yeah.
I was telling producer Rob, I missed my sleep window. Usually I'm like about 10:30. I'm like to be
Right.
in the covers. But I was working on
Yeah.
this award show
Yeah.
until like 12:30.
Puppy. Okay. Well, I'm
Mm.
excited that we're going to put you to bed soon. And oh, that's good, Renee. I'm glad you're swinging back to this. The other thing that works is reading a book. You'll be out in 2 sentences.
But I just,
Boring.
yeah, I know. I should have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get on uppers are curious. What is your sleep window? What do you do when you can't sleep? Curious. Asking for a friend.
And the friend is me. And the friend
Yeah,
is me.
friend is
I'm
me.
so sorry. I have such sleepy empathy for you right now because that is late. So you got like 5 hours, if that.
Ooh, if I'm less than
If that, like
I'm
4.
sure.
Like 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't even think that was
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
But
3.
anyways, that's why I'm leaning on the power of you all, my get on uppers to help me get on. I need this show. I'm here for me. Usually I'm
Help
trying to
me.
help you all. I'm here
Right.
for me. I'm
To
here to help
get
me get on up.
me up and awake. Okay, so we're gonna put you to sleep as fast as possible, and you're gonna watch 3rd episode of Dollface.
And
Can
if
I
you
get you?
do some laundry. That's my treat
That's
yourself
not a
Tuesday.
treat.
Is
That's
that
not a
not?
treat.
I
That's
love
not a
some
treat.
clean socks.
No. Can we order you something comforting, like a sleepy food? Can I get you just a loaf of bread for dinner today?
And milk
Yeah.
and warm milk. I'm keeping
Can
it
I get
simple.
you the
I'm keeping
kitten
it simple.
special? Yeah.
It'll be great. It'll be good. All right.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that. We want a full report on your treat yourselves. Next week, we're gonna kick it up a notch with our treat
you will.
yourselves. We're going
You will.
low key this week, but
I love it.
Renee went out last night
Well,
and
I treated myself last night. Yeah.
early.
Great.
All right. Well, it's time for celebrity birthday. Celebrity
Happy
birthdays.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Great. Beautiful.
It's cute.
Beautiful. Yep.
Little blues.
First ever, this company will be releasing albums, and we're going to be the first one.
Yep.
You think?
It's
Yeah. Backchannel album.
several renditions of Happy Birthday. Dance remix.
Great.
Well, I guess the dance remix is just the original version. Happy birthday.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Stevie Wonder's like, I don't know, guys. That's fine. Thank you, though.
All right. It
Yes.
is. We have some birthdays. And I think you'll have to. This is not we have an amazing producer. I think you'll have to Google these images yourself. You know what? It takes a village. It takes a village here.
It sure does.
We can't do all the work. We want you all to be just as involved in the process here. So it's Megan Thee Stallion's 27th birthday.
God, is she 20? I mean, she looks like she's 19, but I just feel like her catalog is so vast that she's been around for only 27. Megan.
So much. I mean, it's Megan Thee
She
Stallion's
prolific.
27th birthday. And oh my God, look at Rob.
Rob!
Is like, I got you.
Look
I
at
got you. You want
you.
pictures? I'm going to give you these pictures.
Rob,
All
you are
snaps.
the
Rob, I'm sorry.
best of the
Sorry about
best.
Kevin Feige.
Come on. Nobody's better. Nobody's better. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay, so Megan B. Stallion's 27th birthday. You got a
So
question?
here's your trivia question. Welcome, Stacey. Just in time for somebody birthday quiz. So here's your trivia question. Renee's gonna need your help. So if
Yeah, I
you
will.
know the answer, just say, or even guess. We love a guess. We love a guess. There's no such thing as a wrong answer, except there will be. But we love effort. If there's anything that Renee and I love more, it's effort.
It's our love
Effort is
language.
my love language. Oh,
I would said your love language because you told me that last night, and I think it's such a smart thing.
I don't care what you do, just make an effort.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I always love it when have a comment comes after I say something. It's like, you want to say something about what James just said? All right. Megan Thee
Yes.
Stallion's birthday. Where she recently graduated from college. Do you happen to know that name of that university? I'm trying to make it casual today.
No, I
Less
appreciate
formal.
that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I
Did
think
you
she's a
happen to know
do
where she
you?
went to
Would you
college? This is
perchance?
the trivia question, but
Yeah.
do you happen to know where she went to university?
Get on uppers. I definitely do not know this. So if you do, let me know. I'm going to try to deduce. I think she's a genius. I think she's prolific. I think she is so talented. So I'm gonna go with Harvard. She just graduated from Harvard. Is
Ooh,
that correct?
they missed the boat on that one. It was
I
not
know.
Harvard.
Okay.
Close. Texas
Yale.
Southern University.
Okay.
It's
Great.
the Harvard of the South. That's what
Perfect.
it's the Harvard of the
Perfect.
South.
Let's see. My get on upper Stacy from Texas. Do you know that university? Anybody else from
Oh yeah.
Texas?
Who else from Nathan and sometimes C?
Okay.
You familiar with
Yes. Do you know
Texas
that one?
Southern University? All right, let us know. Shout it out. All right.
Okay.
Follow-up question. She is a judge on what legendary competition show?
Ooh. Oh, sure. No, Stacy, that makes sense. That makes sense. I bet Texas. It's hard to know about every school because Texas is such a big state.
A huge state.
Which,
Huge state.
but now I am. I'm old. We've gone over
No.
this. Grace, Botox. We
No.
know. So,
No.
legendary show. I'm gonna go American Idol because that's legendary.
Okay.
Okay.
Locking it in.
Locking it in.
All right. Megan Thee Stallion is actually a judge on Legendary. The show is called Legendary. It is about ballroom culture. It's on HBO Max. It's so good. It's about legendary houses competing through ballroom culture. So, you've ever seen Paris is Burning? A lot of her pop culture comes from these legends. They're so talented. Dancing, voguing, pop and lock. There's like Renee, you would love it. You would absolutely love it. It's called Legendary. It's on HBO Max, and she is a judge. It's so good.
Okay. I'll make for some reason I do not watch talent competitions or reality shows. I don't know how I missed the boat on that, but I will make an exception for Legendary.
Just peek out the first episode, see if you're into it.
Take a peek. Okay.
All right. Next one. It is Amber Riley's birthday. Amber Riley is turning 36. So Amber Riley, you know her, you love her from what TV show where she made her acting debut in?
Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know this. Gotcha. I was, well, God, I hope this is right.
Get on uppers. Do you have an idea, Renee?
Yes, Renee thinks she knows. Renee thinks she knows.
You not much confidence.
Let's see. All right, get on uppers. What do we think? Let me know if you guys want to harbor a guess, and if not, I'm happy to take the blame. I'm happy to take the fall. I think it's Glee. Was her first TV show Glee? Final answer. Locking it in.
Final answer. She's going with Glee. It's Glee. That is the right answer.
Great.
She's also starring in this new show called Single Black Female. So you can check that out.
She's so talented. Every time she did a cover, I was just like, I feel like you should have done the original. You're so good.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, she nailed and I'm telling you. And that's a hard song to nail. And in fact, they took Jennifer Hudson this is not a shot at Jennifer Hudson, but I remember just hearing like they had to do several takes and she didn't get it the first week of recording, and it wasn't until after they filmed the movie they went back, and then she finally got it.
And then got it again. To be fair, that song is hard. That is such a hard song.
But snaps to Amber Riley because they're recording new tracks. Glee, my dream show to have been on, but I don't. Those poor kids. They shoot a new episode like every week. And the Glee curse is real. I was halfway through a Glee rewatch and I had to stop. Yeah. It's insane. So many of the kids.
Too many kids dying. Yeah. Tragically, too. Yeah.
Weirdly, it's not great. But and then hearing about Leah Michele as a monster, that's not helpful. Not helpful. Yeah. So
I don't even think we want to
love
say
you, Amber Riley. She should have, and like in a different world, Amber Riley would have been more of a lead. They just didn't, and it's so interesting how much television has changed. But you know, it's what happens when you don't have like black writers on staff. They don't know how to write for the characters of color, and so they just become
excuse me. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be
Exactly.
a different world. All right, next one. Not alive anymore. We're going back in time. You're gonna be
I
like,
love
is it
it back in time.
Thursday?
I'm gonna
Today
go
would
back
be
in
Gala.
time.
Continue. I would like to know the rest of that song.
I don't know it's somebody making fun, not making fun of, but like being a parodied character of Back to the Future. And the song's I'm gonna go
Time.
back in time.
I
I'm gonna
love
go
it.
back in time. Yeah. I don't remember what it's from.
Renee, you should write that musical, Back to the Future, the musical, starring
I
Renee.
should. I should. Yes.
And you can be Marty McFly. I love Renee as a man. I love
Yeah.
her as a man.
Yeah, well, listen, your dream may come true. It is evolving. She's wearing pants at her wedding. It's just
I know, Jewel. Okay. So Galileo. It's Galileo.
oh my god, champ. What are you doing? It's God's birthday today. You guys, happy birthday to God. We're so happy.
No.
What do you think?
No. This is Galileo.
But it's pretty close. Okay.
Oh, he was born in 1564.
Okay.
Died.
I love it. Great.
No longer
Okay.
with us, unfortunately. This
Okay.
is the latest photo we have of him. It's amazing. His photos weren't.
All right.
Okay. Man. So
Yeah.
he was born in 1564 on
Yeah.
this day. Happy birthday, Galileo. What planet did Galileo discover? What planet did
Oh, boy.
Galileo discover?
I feel like it was more than one. I think. Okay, so gosh, God, boy, I wish I knew my astrology better. And I don't know. Okay. Or like when we started to I don't think I can even make an intelligent decision on this. Get on a person. Do you know which planet did Galileo discover? I will go with Neptune. Galileo, famous for discovering Neptune.
All right. Well, I have conflicting things. So this is not me.
Yes.
Sarah, our producer, lovely Sarah, put this
Yeah.
up. So she said I just did a quick Google, and
Yeah.
society said Galileo discovers Jupiter's moons. So he discovered Jupiter's
Okay.
moons,
All right.
the 4 moons orbiting the planet Jupiter. But I guess he also discovered Venus. Venus.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love it. We
And
love
this
it. We
says
love it.
the moon, but I feel like you would discover that sooner. I don't know.
Yeah. Also,
I don't know.
moons are not planets. She
Wow.
said with confidence after announcing she doesn't know astronomy.
What? Astronomy. Yeah.
Astronomy.
Venus, but he did discover Venus. The
Okay,
planet of
great.
love.
Okay.
Your planet.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Last one. And it is none other than
Drum
Susan
roll.
B. Anthony.
Oh,
Susan B.
yeah.
Anthony.
Great.
It is Susan B. Anthony. We're going further, not as far back in time.
Not
We're
as
picking
far.
it up.
Yeah.
Picking up a bunch of money. Susan B. Anthony, born in 1820, died in 1906.
Mm-hmm.
She was best buds with this person who was also fighting for women's rights and equality.
When was she born?
1820.
Oh, okay. Frederick Douglass.
Are you locking that in?
Yes.
You would be so right. Look who is paying attention in history class. It is absolutely Freddie D. Freddie D. Absolutely. They were best buds, both fighting for women's equality. Did you pick that up? Did you deduce that from yesterday? You just knew.
Yeah, no, I learned that from yesterday. I came to the show with nothing in my brain. Nothing. Zero. So anything I know I have learned here from you. And I mean, it'll be fun to see me in 3 years. I'm going to be a savant.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
Knowing all of this information. Renee, congrats. We love it so much.
So much.
That was celebrity birthdays. And Renee, I'm going to give you the stage so you can set up 2 truths and a lie.
2 truths and a lie. So happy to be here. Okay, so you guys, we have 2 truths and a lie. As we do this, we want you to get to know Jam and I a little bit. And the funnest way to do that is to play the game 2 truths and a lie. So in the past, we've done, oh gosh, well, look at me trying to tell you that I have fantastic memory and I can't remember any of them. But I think we did like best Valentine's Days that we've had. And then this week we were doing, most epic breakups. So of all of our breakups that we've ever, we'll be telling you now. Jam historically is doing 3 truths and then remembers that, oh, I've done the game wrong, and then tosses in a lie at the end. So we will await to see how he's playing it today. But traditionally, we do 2 things that are true, 1 thing that is a lie. You guys have to tell us which one you think is a lie. Now, I have tipped you off a bit that I have only been the dumpy. I've been the one getting broken up with. I don't quit things, and I am working on it. But historically, I do not quit. So I just sort of sit in suffering until they're forced to break up with me. But by that time, when you do that, when you don't recognize, hey, this isn't going well, and you don't have that conversation, then it is done in a pretty epic way. So would you like to hear, Jam?
I would, and I would also like to give a good morning and welcome to Mimi and Sue as well.
Sue.
Mimi
So happy
and
to have
Sue, welcome, and let's get into this 2 truths and a lie breakup edition.
Here we go. Okay, first breakup. I went to Cancun with my boyfriend off and on 5 years. Went to Cancun. He ignored me the entire time. Was pretty silent on the plane ride home. Then we were supposed to go out. We got back on a Friday. We were supposed to go to dinner on a Saturday. He told me he was sick. He got Montezuma's revenge. So I dropped off some soup where he had friends over. It's not sick. And then dumped me on Monday.
Ew, I hope this isn't true. Welcome, Aaron. We're playing 2 truths and a lie. The best theme to do the day after Valentine's Day. Breakups. We're doing breakups. One of these is not real. And have you all had a breakup? I imagine if you're breathing and you've ever dated, unless you were that lucky person that first person, that was it.
That's your person.
You liked it and you put a ring on it. You were like,
I love it.
Right. Let me get a ring on this.
Let's do it already. So that's the first one. Second one was a boyfriend of 3 years. I was about to move in, 6 days away from moving in. And my best friend was just like, hey, we have to talk. Because she saw him on the street with another girl.
No, you were about to move in.
No, and I'd already, as somebody else was moving into my room, so I had to figure out where I was going to live in 5 days.
Okay, but this could be a lie. I don't want to get hung up on this.
Okay, yeah. So you never know.
This could be a lie. This could be a lie, and I hope that didn't happen. And maybe they were just getting to get comfort. Well, I can't ask you any follow-up questions.
No. It was he had 2 other girlfriends.
But maybe they were just buying furniture or something for your apartment together.
Yeah. Except for when I confronted him, he was just like, "Yes, I am dating Lexi, and I am dating Karen. I'm dating Lexi and Karen." Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, or you don't know. Could be a lie. Third one. This was younger. As you know, I was terrified of roller coasters, but then I started riding them for boys.
Yes.
So I finally ride this terrifying roller coaster called the Giant. And as we pull into the queue, he says, "I don't think this is working out. Look up with me on a roller coaster." Now, was it based off the way I screamed? Maybe. You don't know. You do not know.
I'm so sorry. I'm laughing at your potential pain or trauma. I'm only laughing because it's like, what does the rest of this day go? Like, it's just the first roller coaster, and then you're there together,
right? And then you're just stuck.
You're just stuck.
It's awful.
I
mean,
I don't think this is working out.
These are good.
Okay. All right. Let's review. Get on uppers. Which one do you think is the lie? I have an idea.
Okay.
Usually really good at this.
I believe it, but you got a suspicion. So ignored in Cancun, lied to, and then dumped on Monday. Broken up or discovered he was cheating 6 days before I was supposed to move in. Broken up with her on a roller coaster. Which one do we think
lie? Get on uppers? You could just say into device 1, 2, or 3, or Cancun, moving in, or roller coaster. Which one do you think is the lie?
Which one?
Renee, I'm gonna put my answer in. I think it's the last one, the roller coaster one. Yeah. 1, 2, you get your towel was you went. Like it was like you were having to sell it,
right?
It wasn't that heavy of a story. Oh, this is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Is there anything about that last one that is
Yes.
did you
Yeah. So that
okay.
was, I was a sweet, sweet 13. Is dating the sweetest kiddo named Ryan, who was 14. And we used to do like touring musicals. So he got me to ride this terrifying roller coaster. And as we pulled into the station, he asked, "Will you go out with me?" So I
That
got
makes more
I got
sense.
asked out for my
That makes more
bravery.
sense.
And then he broke up with
Ooh.
me about 3 weeks later because we kissed and my breath smelled like peppermints. I don't
That
know.
is
When you're 13, you don't know. So you just down a bunch of candy canes and hope for the best, but it didn't work. It didn't
was
work.
is it peppermint great? Like peppermint gum?
Y-
Peppermint or were you
But
eating
you've
candy cane?
had peppermint, right? Like you've had it before. So it is fresh for
Yeah.
about 30 seconds. And then it gets so old peppermints.
Fair.
I tasted like
Yeah.
old peppermints. All right.
Oh, Renee,
I
yeah.
know. I know.
Well, I do like that you did mention earlier in the show, that not today, but weeks before, that you started writing roller coasters for boys,
Yep.
and it worked out. It got you a date. Got
It
you a
got me a
boy.
date. It got me a date. So those are my very healthy past of relationships.
That last one was
Yeah,
fun. That last one was
that was
fun, but
good.
the other two were
Yeah.
terrible. Well,
Yeeks.
Renee,
Yeeks.
glad they're not with those terrible men. Like none of those
Well,
are great
thank you.
situations.
But
They're
also,
all
as I set
terrible.
this up, that was a result of me not acknowledging this isn't working way too late. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm sure, again, as Maya Angelou has said, when someone shows you who they really are, believe them the first
Believe
time.
them.
And you eventually did. You
Yes.
eventually believed them. You're like, this is me.
They don't give me any choice. Just like, please stop coming over. Well, all right. Okay.
That's so messed up with the Cancun one. When you go on a trip with someone and it's just not working out, not
Yeah.
great. Get on uppers. Have you had any similar experiences to maybe with Renee had, in terms of, did you go on a trip with someone and it didn't work out afterwards? Someone dumped you on a roller coaster. Or you got to move in. All right.
We gotta
Now
know.
it's
We gotta know.
time
All
for
right. Your turn.
me. And Renee knows me very well. We're going to change up the game just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Oh, and
Okay.
Stacey also chiming in. We're all here. I know it's like we're bringing back up our traumas. They're like,
Yep.
this is the morning, but we're going to heal through them together.
I love it.
And
I love
you
it.
know that you're not alone. We've all been there. We've all had our heart broken. And
It's
as
true.
you know, I love a breakup. Ooh, I
Mm.
love a breakup. Best music. Everyone's nice to you. It's like it's your birthday. You get to do whatever you want. You get the free pass. It's lovely.
It's great.
Stacey's also had some experiences there with the
Right.
breakups. Oh, there was a Missouri trip and you got very, very sick. I hope they didn't
Sure.
break up with you after that trip. After you were very sick. That's
That'd
the
be
worst.
awful. That'd be awful. They should take
Okay.
care of you. Yes.
So I'm doing 3 truths and a lie.
Of course you are. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Okay. Great.
I always think of 3 scenarios and then I can't part ways with one of them. So then
I
have to
respect
make up
it.
another
I
one.
respect it. I think we can just implement if this is how the game is played. Renee will do 2 truths and a lie, and James will do 3. Great. Perfect. Yeah, we can just work with it. We can just change the rules of the game. Easy. Easy.
Even Rob's on board. Producer Rob just changed the game. 3
See,
truths.
3 truths and a lie.
And a lie.
Thank you.
All right. So the shoes on the other foot. These are all, except one of them is a lie.
Yes.
I broke up with somebody. So
Seems right. Yes.
I haven't been dumped often, but or have I? I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think you have. I don't think you ever have.
No,
Yes.
that's not true. But it hurts just the same for me. I cry. It's painful because it's just not working out. It's just
Yeah.
inevitable. you know?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 truths and a lie. One of these is not true. I broke up with an ex on Christmas. Could be true. Could not be true.
Mm-hmm.
I broke up with an ex after he moved to San Francisco to be with me from Portland, even though I said, do not move here for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Could be true. Could
Uh-huh.
not be true. I broke up with an ex who I was living with. We'd only been dating for 2 months, but we had moved in with each other and it wasn't working out. And he said to him, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Could be true. Could not be true. I feel like Renee's liking me less and less.
No, it's radical candor, right? Like you're letting them know exactly what's going on.
My last one, I broke up with an ex from Amsterdam. They were living in Amsterdam days before he was set to fly out to California to spend time with me, like 2
Okay.
days before.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Could be true,
I
could not be true. What do we think? Get on uppers. Which one is the lie? I broke up with my ex on Christmas. I broke up with an ex after he moved to San Francisco to be with me, and I told him not to. I broke up with an ex I was living with for only 2 months and said, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Or I broke up with an ex from Amsterdam days before he was set to come see me in California.
okay.
Stacy said the first one is the lie. Stacy's thinking, who could break up with somebody
Now,
on Christmas?
but I feel like when you last week when we were talking about Valentine's Days, I feel like you said you broke up with somebody on Christmas. So I think that's true, Stacey. I think he told us that he did that. And I was like, on Christmas of all days? And you were like, well, no, listen, because we needed to have the conversation. So I think that one is true, but maybe I'm remembering. Stacey, if you're you're gonna get full points for being right if you were right. But I do think you
Remember,
broke up.
Stacy did remember that my favorite girl band is Little Mix.
That's true. Stacey's got a great memory. Stacey does have a great memory. Okay. And you don't have any what I was gonna say is just that you read the one that's a lie, but then at the very end you read all of them. So that sort of messed me up. It does sound right to me that someone would have moved for you and you would have begged them not to. So that seems right. The moving in thing, I don't think you would put up with that. I'm gonna go with the last one. I think the last one is a lie. Thank you for saying that you do have a great memory. You're killing it, Stacey. You really are. You're so talented. Right. But so let's go with Stacey says the first one. I say the last one. Which one is it?
We have a difference of opinion, and I am proud to, well, not proud, just to inform you. Yeah. You're both wrong. You both are wrong. Yes, I broke up with an ex on Christmas. I'm sorry, Stacey. I hope this doesn't make you think worse. It was a long time coming. We're working on cruise ships. We're on 2 separate ships. It just was not working out. We had already broken up, then gotten back together. I had kissed somebody else, which is why we had broken up the first time. But it just really wasn't working out. It was like we were on 2 separate cruise ships. We needed to be together. I did have an ex from Portland who I was like, don't move. We were very much in love, and I will say it was maybe a little bit conflicting. I was like, you can move here, but don't do it for me. Like, move here. And he's like, oh, I'm not. But of course, he really was.
You were. Yeah.
And he got here, and I was just like, I don't think. We were dating long distance, and then got here, and I was like, this is not. And I was in the middle of doing a show. My work always comes first.
I get it. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. And then the other one that was true is yes, I had an ex from Amsterdam who also this was not working. Like I have to learn how all of these relationships, if you notice a trend, long distance.
Yeah.
I have nothing but long distance boyfriends. And they don't last because I'm usually traveling and it's you're not the same person you are when it's the day to day.
Right.
And my ex from Amsterdam was set to come out, and it was not working. And
and that's the one. Okay. No, I mean,
he sent me a bill for groceries when I went to go when I was with him in Amsterdam. He was like, "Oh well, here's the grocery bill." I ended up chose to pay like his flight. Like I felt such guilt.
Okay. Oh sure.
Paid a lot.
Okay.
The one that is the lie is. I did not break up with an ex after who I was living with for 2 months. We were living with each other for about we had been dating for about a month or so. He's the one, the cruise ship guy who I broke up with on Christmas. I said I had kissed somebody else.
Oh, he's the one you smooched. Okay. All right.
We moved in with each other. Within 4 months, he was breaking up with me and said, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
Brutal.
I think that was that's about the only time I've ever been. All the other ones, that's the only time someone's dumped me. It hurt. I cried. I had an outer body experience in that one. I was crying so hard. I was on my knees begging for him not to leave me. And I remember thinking, who am I? I was 25. It was like it was out of body experience. Didn't like it. And I went to therapy.
No, I think, well, and I think I mean,
Codependency.
again, let me bring in my husband so that he says, I cannot give relationship advice. I do not have success under my belt. But I have heard from people who are in successful relationships that the very first thing you should look for is, do I like myself when I'm around this person? So when you start to act erratically or in a way that you do not recognize, then that's not your person.
Yeah, that's actually funny because even before that moment, and that's why he was breaking up with me, I was acting like I was not
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Like just like constantly picking fights. It just was so bad. And to your point, I was not being myself
Right.
and was trying to make something work that just really, really wasn't,
Yeah. Yeah. So that, I mean, it makes, I'm sorry for everybody. But it's, I also, I just said brutal when he said, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I want to disagree with myself. I don't think that's brutal. I think the most brutal thing you can do to someone when you're breaking up with them is like, but maybe down the line. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even if you're thinking it, do not do that. If you're thinking down the line, then it'll naturally come around. But if you're doing that with somebody that you're breaking up with, that is not comforting. That is making them hold on and not letting them move on. Stop doing that.
Oh.
Don't do it. Don't.
You heard it, Veronica McKenzie. Welcome to the show. Renee is not having it from some of these people. And it's the day after Valentine's Day. If you're single, we're getting ourselves back up. And so that was our two truths, or in my case, 3 truths and a lie.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing. And now we're going to get to our next section. It is our Black History Month moment for today. And it is Celia Cruz. And I wanted to highlight Celia Cruz specifically because I think sometimes she's Afro-Latina. And a lot of times people who are Afro-Latina do not, or Afro-Latino don't get they don't get their snaps in the Latin community, and they also don't get their snaps in the Black community. And it just is to show that the Black diaspora is so large. And so I wanted to celebrate Celia Cruz for Black History Month today.
Yes. Let's hear it.
She was born in Cuba. You might remember her famous catchphrase, azúcar. So she was born in Cuba, and it was surrounded by so much music in Havana. But she was actually, her name is not Celia Cruz. She was actually born Ursula Hilaria Celia de la Caridad Cruz Alfonso.
Okay.
So she was like, which one of these two I like? And shortened it. Love it.
Yeah. I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. Yes.
Celia de la Caridad Cruz Alfonso. She grew up in the neighborhood of Santos Ceruz. Okay. I did take high school Spanish, but it has.
There's no evidence of that today. No. Yeah.
It is.
I didn't mean it. You're killing it. You're doing such a good job.
I'm like a minute in and just stumbling over every Spanish word. I'm like,
it's okay. It's early in the morning. You didn't sleep last night. We're all doing our best. You're doing great.
Okay. Well, she said back in 1986 in an interview, she said, I was born singing. My mother, Catalina, told me that at 9 or 10 months of age, I'd wake up in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 in the morning, singing. Oh, this is so wild. Esta muchachita va a trabajar de noche, pues la vajitas no es equivoco. And that translates into this little girl is going to work nights.
Okay. All right.
At 9 or 10. Wow.
But great. Okay.
I'm not trying to question this. We're celebrating Celia Cruz, but I just maybe went at the timeline a little.
Okay.
Are babies singing and speaking at 9 or 10 months?
I mean, I think geniuses do. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Fair. We're here to celebrate her, not question what she's saying.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So Cruz had earned her support for her singing career before it even took off. So people from the barrio were lining up to hear her sing. So she would sing to her siblings for them to go to sleep, and they'd be like, "Oh, let's go listen to Celia Cruz sing." And her cousins knew that she'd be a singer someday, and they would tell people to be like, "Hey, listen to my cousin. She can sing. She can wail. She can blow."
Yeah.
And Celia Cruz, it said in an interview, she said, I was the oldest sibling at home, so I used to put the little ones to sleep. She goes on to say that she would sing them and that all the neighborhood kids would come. And then later she found out that her cousin was like bringing people in. So like doing a little late night show. So she's spoken to existence. This little baby's going to work at night.
This is, that's a cool story. That's a cool story. That's amazing. Cool. I like it.
Her younger sister had already been playing gigs around town with this local band called El Butan de Oro, the Golden Button, where her cousin signed her up for a local radio station contest called the Tea Hour, or as we like to say in Spanish, Hora del Té. No,
Okay.
Hora del
Yeah,
Té. There it is. Hora
I believe
del
it. I
Té.
believe both. Yes.
And this was she won a grand prize for singing, and it was the first time that she had used a microphone. She didn't really need it before. And then from
Okay.
then on, she was set up by radio stations all around the world, and her career just really started to seem very promising. But it wasn't until the life of her father, Simon Cruz. He had really envisioned this life, like, okay, my daughter can sing, and so he would encourage her to. At first he was like, you got to get an education and become a teacher, and become a profession, like he wanted her to have like a real, job, because the music
Right.
industry, it's difficult,
Yeah.
especially for like, she's this Cuban girl, this brown skinned Cuban girl. It's like, this world's not ready for you. So she did actually attend the Havana's National Conservatory of Music in 1947. She's like, okay, I'll go to school for music. And
Great.
it didn't take her long for her to rise to fame, because she was exiled from her country. So this is a big
Jeez.
thing. So
Okay.
she was making a name for herself as a backup singer in this group for La Sonora Matanaquera, a popular orchestra band in Cuba. And they needed a singer in 1950, and so she was signed. And this would propel her to like fame. And she enjoyed success throughout the 50s. She was touring North and Central America, but that changed when Fidel Castro took the power. And while Castro Castro was in power, him and several members were like decided they were angry or disappointing with her instead.
Right.
And so her and several members decided to head to the United States instead of returning home. They're like, oh, this
Good.
is not working
Yeah,
out
we're not going to
well.
put up with this. Good.
No.
Yeah.
So in 1961, she became a U.S. citizen. And at that point, she was then barred from returning, because Fidel was like, you can't be
Sure.
here, too.
Of course.
So then she was in New York. She was like, just international fame. She was, joined Tito Puente in the 1960s. And her impact is just so huge. And by the 1960s, she became known as the Queen of Salsa,
Right.
which really inspired Cuban and Afro-Latin music. And she said, I prefer salsa. I will never change my genre. Never, darling. Never. And here's the interesting thing about Celia Cruz, is that her biggest hit came after her death. So, I mean, she would continue singing late into her life, but the singer released one of her best hits, La Vida es un Carnaval, and that was in 1998. By then, Cruz's impact as an Afro-Latina had made her one of the most visible Black women in Latin music. And she really embraced her... I love Stacey's shout out. Jam, you need to work on your Spanish.
Sure.
Stacey.
Okay. Yeah, I think everybody's aware. Everybody's aware. Okay.
Welcome, Catherine.
All right.
Welcome, Debbie. You can also tell me how terrible my Spanish is, but we are
You're
celebrating
trying.
Celia
You're
Cruz
making an effort. You're making an effort. We appreciate that. Yes.
Her music was just was such a different sound, because she really took in her whole entire diaspora of her Latin heritage and her African heritage as well. And so she had like, African drum beats, just was this new sort of genre. And so her catchphrase, azúcar, started out from the way that she liked her coffee, nice and sweet.
Oh,
And
that's sweet.
and like me. But many also attributed her often shouts. Was also like one of her rallying cries for Latinos in Cuba and the Caribbean, who were forced to be slaves in the sugarcane farm. So it was also like remember this. She died July 2003 in her New Jersey home, a year after being diagnosed with an aggressive brain tumor. But as per her wish, her body was first flown to Miami, where her fellow Cuban exiles lined up for hours to pay tribute to her. But then she was eventually buried back in the Bronx, which was pretty much her home.
Great.
And that is Miss Celia Cruz, who also is just this also queer icon as well. She was like
Yeah.
this ally before there was a thing to be allies, and you'll just she just is just so wonderful. So Celia Cruz, we celebrate you today for our Black History Month moment.
We sure do. Jam, what a presentation. That was incredible. That was incredible. And I think that is the tricky
My
thing when it is not.
Spanish.
Well, sure, but when it is not your native language, it is natural to be like, well, gosh, I don't know. I don't quite know how that's pronounced. And I think you can't get better if you don't try. So
No,
I,
I did have a Spanish. I was doing a Spanish program through Fluence. It's a
sure.
really great program. It was really expensive, and I
Okay.
started it 'cause I was going to Barcelona, which I
Oh
go to
boy.
there.
Okay. That's probably how it's pronounced. All right.
It is. It's how it's pronounced. Una una cerveza, por favor. It's the th. They have the th sound.
Okay. I like it.
Una cerveza. And so I was going to Barcelona, and I was like, let me study up on my Spanish, and I made it to level 3. There were 5,
Yeah.
and then I got there, and I was like, oh, everyone speaks English,
Oh.
and then
And
I
then
never
they let it go by
got
the wayside, as it should. Those are, I think it is incredibly difficult to maintain knowledge of another language if you are not saturated in it. Because I
you.
think we know
Yeah,
so many people who've done study abroad who are like familiar with the language and they come back fluent because you get it 24/7. And so it's just
survival. It's so hard,
right.
especially being an English speaker, though everyone does speak, especially
Right.
going into
Yeah.
certain places. So in Europe, everyone speaks English, and especially if I'm surrounded by my friends who all speak Spanish, and so I'm
Hmm.
not pushed as much to
Right.
speak a language. So
Yep.
curious, get on uppers. What language do you all speak? Hello, good morning to correct. Who's coming in correct, saying hi
Hi,
this morning.
correct.
Love it.
Good to
We're
see
halfway
you.
through the show. If you can leave us a comment through the show as well as we're chatting here. Curious, do y'all speak other languages? Have you traveled abroad? What is your technique? You can just say into your device, say, I speak German.
I love it.
I studied abroad. I don't.
Yeah.
I do not. I
Yep.
should know more Spanish. I am 2.5%
Yeah.
Mesoamerican. So I should know.
You should. You should. And
Outstanding.
Aaron is saying that that you can get by with French and German. That's impressive. That's very impressive. I took
Wow.
3 years of French, and the only thing I remembered is that I loved crepe day. That's it. When I look back, I'm like, God, what did I retain? I was like, that crepe day was good. I like crepes. That's all I remember. Nothing. There's nothing. Well, that's not true. That's not true. I remember
Give
this
us a little
phrase.
taste. Give us a little
Okay.
taste.
Oh, Aaron, I wonder, Aaron, this is sorry to be interactive about this, but I wonder if you can tell me what this means. I know what it means, I think. Je comprends rien. Je comprends rien is what I would say anytime the teacher asks me a question. Aaron,
Let me translate. I think
Okay, let's see.
here.
Okay.
How dare you, Renee? Am I close?
Yeah. Aaron is completely right. Is I understand nothing. Nothing.
Well, in my Spanish class, we often
Yeah.
would say, no sé.
No sé.
No
I don't
sé, which
know.
means
I
I
don't
don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No.
No sé.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Aaron is
Como?
correct that it's I don't understand, but because I wanted it to be like English, I thought it meant I understand nothing, which was always funny when he was just like, "How are you?" And I'm like, "I understand nothing." Jam, would you look at the
so good.
time? Would
It's your
you
favorite
look
time.
at the time?
Halfway through. We made
Yep.
it. For the latecomers who just come on in, you're watching Get On Up with Jam and
Sure.
Renee right here on Backchannel. It is Valentine's morrow. Yes.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yep.
Mhm.
This Renee and I both have
Mhm.
you're just
Feeling
joining
it
us.
smells great.
Renee and I have matching bouquet flowers that we both sent to each other, not ourselves, even though they're the
Mhm.
same ones. We send them to each other.
It
So I
is
hope
very
you had a good
sweet.
Valentine's Day.
Yes,
So
yes.
you can enter your device, say love them flowers or love that bow tie. I'm wearing a sparkly bow tie. And I don't know, a sparkly teal
Yeah.
patterned tuxedo jacket or
You're looking sharp. You are looking sharp. So Get On Uppers, as you know, second hour of the show we bring you latest breaking news. The time has come.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
The breaking news that we have for you today. Jam, you're going to have to plug your ears because this is going to do nothing but upset you.
Well, technically, today's segment is called. Okay, no, we're going breaking news.
Oh,
Today I
okay.
saw for that Tuesday a
Oh,
little.
sure.
Today
Okay,
I
you're right.
saw.
Today I saw something that
Yesterday
is
was.
going
Oh, look
to
at that.
infuriate Jam.
Uh-oh. Should I
Yes.
loosen my bow tie? Uh-oh.
I mean, you
All
might need
right.
to. You might
Okay.
need to.
All
But
right.
I have better news after this one. So I'll start with
Great.
this. We'll ping pong, we'll go back and forth.
Mm-mm.
So Super Bowl happened
Mhm.
in Los Angeles. I know. And then to add
I-
insult to injury, the
Uh-huh.
Rams won, and they are the Los Angeles team. So for yesterday, they did it yesterday. It will be up today and tomorrow. They are changing the Hollywood sign to now read Rams House. I
Oh
know.
no.
I know.
Why? Is this because y'all haven't won before or something? That's like a big deal.
I think it's just camaraderie of we won the Super Bowl in Los Angeles. So now the Hollywood sign for the next 2 days reads Rams House. And the way that they do it is they have draped like big blankets on top of the actual sign so that it
Huh.
looks like it says Rams House. They didn't actually change the lettering of it.
Well,
How do you
glad
feel?
I'm not living there right now. I can they pay their taxes now? Is that thing? Like, do they give back to the community?
No, of course
Like,
they don't.
it
No, why
just
would they?
could they pay
Why
the
would they?
cheerleaders?
Yeah.
Like, does this bring in more money for the schools?
No.
I just more
Yeah.
money for the people who own the Rams, and so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
Football's
Yep.
racist. I'm done. Next story. I don't like it.
Boo big. No,
Next.
you know what I'm gonna go do? I'm gonna go sit in the corner for 3 minutes and think about what I've done. That's what I'm gonna do.
You
So
don't
you
have
do
to do
your
that.
story,
Get on
and
up
I will
first.
be
No.
back.
Okay.
Wait, but
All right.
I'll be back in
Okay.
3 minutes. I
Okay.
promise.
All right. Well, now that Renee's having a timeout, that's not really what's happening. Curious to get on up first. Do you have any thoughts on this? Did you watch the Super Bowl? It's okay for Janet Jackson Appreciation Day. No shame, no hate. We want you to live your life, live your best life. What do you think about the Super Bowls, the Hollywood sign being changed into Rams House? Yay? You like it? No, you don't like it, or whatever. It'll be changed back. Just think that's a lot. I guess it's cute. If I really love football, was a huge Rams phone, I would absolutely. And Aaron I have less than no opinion. That's fair. I like that, Aaron. Maybe sometimes I have too much opinion about things. That is absolutely possible. So, all right. Okay, on to this next story here. Okay, here is the thing. So we just recently had Valentine's Day. And sure, I sent Renee flowers. She sent me flowers, but we didn't. Well, here's I'll say Renee. I don't want
Okay,
to
I'm
say
listening.
this.
I'm
This
listening.
wasn't enough, but
Oh.
I. Well, you just read the. This is why I stay off Instagram. I can't even. I got to stay
Right.
at the news. They read
I
the
know,
story, and I'm
I
like,
know.
oh, I didn't do enough, and I don't think
Not
Renee did
enough.
either.
Yeah.
So Kanye West delivered a truck full of roses to Kim Kardashian on Valentine's Day after breaking up with Julia Fox. And so I just think and here's what happened. I'm at work. I'm showing off my flowers, taking photos, putting it up on Slack. If you were in the meeting with me, you saw I just got flowers, and just anybody who can listen is seeing these flowers.
Yeah.
And will today as well.
Mhm.
They're within arm's reach to be like, oh yeah, well.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Thank you so much.
So then a coworker sent me, he was like, yeah, but did you get a truck full of roses? And I was like, no. So here's what happened. So Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, they split back in February 2021.
A year ago.
Filed, yeah. So she filed for divorce. Well, apparently he is just not over it at all. So he delivered a truck full of roses to Kim, not his wife. Mind you, she is currently with Pete Davidson. The Hollywood tales. Isn't this so fascinating?
Wild.
Who was at one point married to
Ariana Grande. I think they were just engaged. I don't think they got married, but they were engaged.
It was pandemic engaged. It was during the pandemic.
Sure.
election season was burning up and everyone thought the world was going to end. No. We still have time. Don't worry. Not much.
Not much.
What did we
Not
decide?
much.
It's like 40
Yeah.
seconds to midnight. Yeah. Doomsday clock. So on Valentine's Day, he had just broken up with actor Julia Fox,
Mhm.
and then and then we started riling on social media. I mean, what's the opposite of? Well, no, I don't want to do that. I was gonna say, what's the opposite of free Britney was free Kanye, but we don't
Okay.
want to lock up a black man. That doesn't sound
No,
right.
certainly
I-
not. No.
I heard it.
Yeah.
I stopped myself.
Okay, all right.
We're
No,
not
you fixed
doing
it, but
it.
you fixed
We're
it, and I
not
do
doing it.
think we are all concerned about
That's
Kanye.
what it is. And I think
Yeah.
it goes back to the whole entire thing is that like the whole entire free Britney thing, everyone was like, first of all, the fact that she was in a conservatorship, it's like, let this woman do whatever she wants to do. No
Mhm.
one's like, Charlie Sheen got to put him in a conservatorship
No.
or
No,
Kanye
yeah.
West got to put him in a conservatorship, just the sexism of it,
Yep.
So he had shared a photo, personalized pickup truck filled with roses that says on the side,
Excuse me.
bless you.
Yeah,
That's
thank
what
you.
it said. That's what the truck
That's
said,
cute.
Bless
You.
And he's like, how come she's not coming back to me?
What's going on?
He wrote, my vision is crystal clear. And the caption to his post, which it's now been deleted, which he tagged Kim in, said the same. And then just hours before, he posted this image confirming that him and Fox had broken up. So he had said, okay, me and Julia Fox broke up.
Right.
And then sent Kim this truck of flowers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the person
and
that you
then
want
Kim said this thing, which we've heard before. Not Kim.
Let's hear it.
Julia Fox said, I have love for him, but I wasn't in love with the man. Heard that one. That one recently. Julia
Sure.
Fox.
So wait, did he break up with her or she broke up with him?
It looks like she broke up with him.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't think he's mentally sound. I think there might be some significant issues going on there, in which case it is foolish of all of us to make a spectacle of this. However, yeah, it's just tricky. Anyway, you slice it.
Well, it gets wilder. So then, like, Kim had written a post, but then she deleted it, and she was like, "Listen, I'm trying my best as a single mother to the 4 kids," and then she deleted that post. But like, it was a lot. And I guess I'm not sure how we did this because I don't know how social media works. But Kanye was trying to get his name trending, and he was kind of like, so during the Super Bowl, he had posted an image of his name trending on Twitter, and in the caption he wrote that he didn't go on his social media post spree earlier that day, and I guess he was trying to like get his name trending alongside with like Pete Davidson or something to get like attention towards what he was like doing.
Right.
I don't know. He was like, yeah, Super Bowl brings families together and urge marriage people to hold their spouse close and make sure they know how much you love and appreciate them.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and isn't Pete Davidson quoted as saying, "Yeah, I'm not threatened."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and I think him and Kim were. I think they were sitting. Yeah, I think they were there at the Super Bowl at the 50-yard line. I don't know. Of course they were. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
why wouldn't they be? Right.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. The saga of the Kardashians. I've never seen an episode of the 17 seasons of the Kardashians. I worked on a cruise ship, and when I came back, there was like Kardashians, there were Snookies on my television. I had no idea what was happening.
It was all over the place. All right. Well, interesting. Do you want to hear some better Hollywood news?
I do.
Okay. Now you are on record of saying that you're not sure how you feel about the Oscars, and that is fair. I think that they are trying. And so they have announced who is going to host the Oscars this year. And it's going to be hosted by 3 people. Let's take a look. You know them, you love them. Let's see who we've got. We've got Amy Schumer. We've got Regina Hall. And we've got Wanda Sykes. Say what you will. It's going to be funny. This is going to be great. Obviously, you guys know all of these people, but I'm going to tell you their credits anyway. Regina, obviously, was in Black Monday. She was in Girls Trip, and she was in Scary Movie. Absolutely hilarious. Amy Schumer was in the movie Trainwreck, and she had 2 specials, one called Grow. Well, she had a million specials, but the most recent ones were Growing and The Leather Special. And then Wanda Sykes is in the listen, is this her most famous credit? Probably not, but I love it. She's in the other two on HBO Max, Q-Force and Blackish. We love her so much. I think this is gonna be good. I think the trio of these three is gonna be funny.
It kind of looks like they're hosting with
yeah.
us.
Sure does. Look at us. Oh, all of us together, the five of us.
This is, I will say, probably the smartest move that the Oscars get. Just when I thought I was going to tune out, I'm going to tune on in. I love all three of these women, especially. I love Regina Hall. I love her. I love her. I love her so much.
She's the best.
Are you watching Black Monday? It is so hilarious.
I am.
It's so good. It's
so good.
It's
and
so
she
brilliant.
is so good in it.
Oh,
she's incredible. Yeah.
The writing in Black Monday is so smart. You have to almost rewatch it because things are happening so fast. And it almost is like, it's like a prequel to things now. Like, because they're referencing, it's sort of explaining why things are the way that they are now, but through comedy, but they're making it all up. But it's almost like it's just hilarious. They are solving what happened on Black Monday back in the 80s. It's just, she's so funny. One is like, Q-Force, I watched it. Hilarious. I don't know why people slept on it. I don't think it's getting another season, but it's hilarious. And Amy Schumer. I think this is a great way to go. I think this is the great way to go.
I think so too. I think they did right. So again, they were searching. They were trying to find the right team to do it. They asked the public. The Oscars tweeted out, "Who do you want to host?"
And this is what they came up with.
They were at a loss. Yeah. And I think the public helped them out quite a bit with like, here's who you need. And they got it right.
It does also seem that the Oscars is also like, be careful what you're asking for, because they have a new category where it's, I guess, that like viewers, they're asking people to vote what their favorite scene in a movie is or favorite moment is, and you can vote on Twitter. And so
this the VMAs all of a sudden? What are we doing?
This could go pretty awry and pretty wrong, because people could just troll it, and you're asking Twitter for this. So I feel like there's some people who are like, they're obviously trying to like get like people to care about the Oscars again. And they're like, oh, we'll go to Twitter. Everything's happening on Twitter. And be careful. This could go really bad.
Let's see how this goes. So the Oscars are coming to you March 27th. So about a month from now. We'll get to see this hilarious trio do their thing. It's gonna be great.
Well, I can't wait. Well, Renee, it wouldn't be a Today I Saw if I didn't share some terrible news with you.
Of course. We should have done this in reverse order. We should have ended on the good news, but
I really realized it's my fault. I should have done this one first, and then my fun Kim and Kardashian.
It's fine. After this, we're doing a Scooby-Doo quiz, so we will end on a high note. I'm certain.
I think we can handle it.
Yeah.
So, have you heard about the Tesla lawsuit in California? I would like to preface this because I think a lot of people think that racism it happens everywhere. It is a pandemic that is wreaking havoc all over the place for centuries. So Mother Jones has a really great article that's going to give you the play-by-play. It's about the Tesla lawsuit happening in California over racism. So essentially there was some some racial slurs from fellow workers and supervisors. So there's like this power dynamic here. There was racist graffiti on the walls. And so these folks would speak up, but nothing would happen. And so this is a factory in Fremont, California, which is like a stone's. I live in San Francisco. Fremont is a BART stop. So it is part of the Bay Area. So again, just painting this picture here for us, right? This is not, and again, I think the South gets such this bad rap of like, oh, South racism, and no, it's everywhere. There's pockets of it everywhere. So there was this factory, and so they were working here in Fremont. They would call this factory the Plantation because of the amount of Black folks that were working there. And so this article has detailed accounts of some of the workers who are participating in this lawsuit. So there's a new civil rights lawsuit that's been filed by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing. And so this is also Elon Musk's multi-billion-dollar electric car company. I think about 20% of the employees are Black, but there's no upper management there. So again, it gets tricky when you have these sort of power dynamics and people who are not at the top who maybe fully understand you and can represent you and really even just sort of empathize you. It's really important to have seats at the table. You need to have, women there. You need to have, all kinds of folks who are there, and they deserve it. They deserve it. And so the company has been seen as this sort of like golden ticket to stability for many folks, especially being here in the Bay Area. It's doing this electric car company. It's going to be this revolutionary thing. But look at this thing that's happening on the inside. And so the lawsuit claims that these things weren't reported, but they failed to take any sort of measures to end the harassment that was happening. Sometimes these things would get reported and there would be retaliation against the workers for reporting. So then people felt like they couldn't speak up or say anything. And then I guess back on October 2021, a federal judge ordered Tesla to pay $137 million to Owen Diaz, a Black Fremont factory worker who faced racist abuse by his supervisors and others who had accused the company of failing to address the abuse. So this is like a systemic issue that has already went to trial, and still nothing seems to be changing.
All right.
It gets worse.
So how?
You've heard the phrase, it gets better?
Yeah.
It does not. Not in this story. It's so horrific. So the factory workers were essentially racially segregated. The names that they would get called, I don't even know I'm going to repeat them. You can look at the article. I'm going to repeat one of them. I refer to them as work at the porch monkey station. They've used like the N-word. They called it the slave ship, all kinds of things. And I want to look at your calendar. Look at your calendar. What year is it?
Yeah.
What year do you see?
Shouldn't be saying any of these things. Yeah.
2020. And like, this wasn't just like isolated incidents. These were like many. And some of the Black workers said they would hear like as often as 50 to 100 times a day. Yeah. The N-word was getting thrown around there as well. There just was daily harassment. It's really horrific. So there's an article from Mother Jones. You can take a look and see, what's happening. And, sometimes people might say, I do diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, as I've said this before at a tech company. And I hear stories like this. This is why I'm doing the work that it is that I'm doing. And some people are like, oh, okay, you're talking about diversity again. We get it. Like, we had Obama. I'm sorry. This is in California.
Yeah.
2022. This is why we do our Black History Month moments here on the show, because it's important to, first of all, humanize these people who are clearly not being humanized. And to see the contributions to your fellow Americans, and seeing Black history is American history. So you just hear stories like this, and it's pretty horrific. It's 2022, and this is one story of, I'm sure, many that are out there and happening. And Tesla doesn't have much to say except just to be like, oh, this is just, we dealt with this already. We already had a suit. This is not really happening. So that's what's happening at Yield Tesla.
We hate it. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. It's so funny when Oprah did the interview with Meghan Markle, there was a lot of think pieces about it that sort of highlighted that when Meghan Markle told her what was happening, she got big eyes and was like, you're kidding me. And they're like, Oprah wasn't surprised. She knew that happened. Of course she knew that happened. She was indicating to you that's how you should feel. So it is interesting how rampant this is, and how like we're all like, no way. And you're like, yeah, of course that's happening. So the natural reaction, or the appropriate reaction, seems to be shock, but the sadder reaction is and you hate it. You absolutely hate it, and you want to change it. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I think like I'm a California boy. I'm born and raised here in the Bay Area specifically, and I think that's what really hurts. It's just like, and like again, you can read this article and just the words that are being used, and to the point, and how many defendants there are. Again, this is such a systemic issue and thing that is happening there at Tesla. It's really heartbreaking, because this is in my own backyard, and again, I was told, again, remember what we recounted, what we learned during Black History Month. We
Right.
pretty much learned that Martin Luther King came and racism was over. You know,
Right.
we
Right.
did the slavery thing and civil rights came and it's all done. And
Right.
then you open your eyes and you get on up and you see,
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I
Yeah.
don't think that's true.
Well, I hate it and I'm sorry. And we'll keep doing the work to change it, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Okay, I have a more fun, scandalous one. If you want me to, I can kick it up
Oh,
a notch.
sure. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Or I got that Scooby-Doo quiz and the
Well,
MTV quiz. We have so
Renee.
many options. So many options.
I just have to give you an update. I don't know if you've been
Okay.
following this, Renee. I sure
Yes.
absolutely have been.
Tell me.
Are you all following the Olympics? And
Yeah.
I'm not really, but the one that caught my eye
Right.
is there was the star Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva, like
Okay.
young kid, 15 years old, and they
Okay.
had to postpone her award ceremony because she tested positive for
Right.
like a sports enhancement drug.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the documentary Icarus? Have you seen the documentary Icarus on Netflix?
I guess I haven't. No.
Essentially, it starts off, it ends up becoming about the Russian Olympic doping scandal. And you're just going
Okay.
to see how far up the chain it goes up to certain Russian people who are in power.
Right.
It goes all the way up to Putin. He's only that's why it's so rampant. They have to win at like all costs. But
Right.
apparently, she's been cleared. She has been cleared or something. And to her point, I don't think it was her who was doing it. It was people in charge who are probably like feeding her these drugs. I just thought it was so funny. It was like, of course,
Why wouldn't
Russia.
they? Why wouldn't they?
For
Why
figure
wouldn't they?
skating?
Yeah,
For
I know.
figure
I
skating?
know.
We're taking drugs for
I know.
performance enhancing drugs for figure skating.
I know.
I think she had landed something that had like never been landed
Right.
before. Oh man. Yeah.
God forbid that it's just athletic brilliance. God forbid. Yeah. Okay. No more scandals. I'm tired.
Was that? I thought that was a fun scandal.
No,
Isn't that
it's so
fun?
fun. No. I
Isn't
think
that
it's just in
fun?
general. Just in general, I would love for. I was reading an
Renee
article.
wants to get through the rest of her Tuesday with no scandal.
With no scandals. No.
Better go to
Again,
bed.
Renee's fragile. Renee's fragile.
Better go to bed.
In fact, you know what? I'll bring us down. I was reading an article this morning. I do the same thing. It's so interesting how the internet can put you to sleep and wake you up. So I was laying down, looking at my phone this morning, and there's an article saying that in the 1970s and 60s, auto crashes with deaths plummeted because we started adding seat belts. But it is on the rise like never before since summer of 2022 now, because everybody was cooped up and now they're all so angry that they're driving so aggressively that everybody's killing themselves in the car. So
Calm down, everybody.
That's it. That's what I want. I want the Olympics to calm down. I want people driving to calm down. I want all of us to just take a breath and breathe. Yeah.
Well, we've got all these, and even Stacey agrees, Jam, that's enough scandals for now. That has scared you for your day. All right. Welcome to Matthew, Robert, and Philip. We just ended our Scandal Tuesday segment of the show. I thought you were going to say that maybe there was a rise in seatbelts because people don't believe in them. Like they're like,
oh, I see. Yeah. No, there's
seatbelts kill people. It's a conspiracy.
Everybody's mad. Everybody's angry. Yeah, exactly. All right. How are we feeling? Are we ready to shake it off and go into some fun quizzes?
I'm not wearing this bow tie for nothing.
You're not.
Let me smell my good luck flowers.
Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Here she comes.
Flower. Is this gonna be a
truly
bit
is so
weak.
So they smell so good. They smell so good. Do you want to do MTV or Scooby-Doo first?
MTV. Well, I should ask the Get On Uppers.
Okay.
I should ask the Get On Uppers. Get On Uppers, which quiz do you want to take? We have a Choose Your Own Adventure. Do we want to take a Scooby-Doo Tuesday quiz, or do we want to take an MTV quiz led by Quizmaster Renee Colvert? You can say into your device, give me that MTV or Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. Now, Stacey did chime in earlier saying that she loves Scooby-Doo. She'd like to do Scooby-Doo.
And she said, "Oh yeah," after I said Scooby-Doo. So I think we're gonna go
Yeah,
Scooby-Doo. I think I've
Scooby-Doo.
been
Okay, we'll
been
start with
outvoted.
Scooby-Doo, and then if we have
Mhm.
time, we'll do MTV, and worst case, we'll do it next week.
There's always a Tuesday
Yeah.
next week.
So now this is a Scooby-Doo quiz based off the movie.
Zoinks!
Based on
Jinkies!
has
They
everyone
all
seen
have
the movie?
catchphrases. Isn't that
Yeah.
fun?
You know what's
Except
so
for Fred.
interesting is that this quiz is based off who said it.
Ooh, okay. All
Looky
right. I
there.
have seen the first movie several
Okay,
times. I
good.
don't think I saw the sequel. So
Okay.
hopefully, and this is where Freddie Prinze Jr. and my beloved Sarah Michelle Gellar, they that already were done. I Know She Loves Summer together,
Oh,
but that's not where they started dating after I Know She Loves Summer. She actually went on to date, what's his name? Um, oh my God, he sometimes subs in for Wendy Williams, Jerry O'Connell. She was dating
no
Jerry
kidding.
O'Connell for a
Oh,
hot
that's
beat.
fun. I bet
They
they
were
had a
doing
good time.
Scream too.
Yeah. I love
Mm,
that. You know
mm.
what I did not put together yesterday, and I'm kicking myself for it, is that I could not understand why Daphne made it in your rank it. It didn't occur, and I was like, "Oh, because she's Buffy.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
why." Okay,
Oh,
okay, okay. It all
'cause
makes
she's
sense
Buffy.
now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Sarah Michelle Gellar plays Daphne, and so I love me some Daphne. And they
Okay.
make that because Sarah Michelle Gellar knows fight choreography, so they have spoiler and the Scooby Doo one. She's not just a damsel in distress; she like fights. Like it's a
Okay.
whole entire
I
because she goes
see
on a
the movie.
journey. She's like, I'm gonna. Why am I always getting like kidnapped or being the bait? And then she takes some self defense classes, and there's a final fight, and she's like, "Hiya!"
Looky there.
Yeah.
Looky there. Okay. Yes. No. What's going to be funny about this is I have not seen Scooby Doo or the sequel, so I'm going to be relying on this quiz and you get on uppers and you jam to let me know what the. Hold on. I'm going to cover my mouth, Stacey.
Ooh, and it's Trash Tuesday. Trash
I
Tuesday,
know. I
Trash
know. I was
Tuesday.
trying to mute.
I
Now,
love this photo. This is
can I
great.
tell you that this is all Rob? I did not give him this photo. This is just Rob being the best
Aw,
producer in all the land,
love
finding this for
it.
us. Okay, you ready for this quiz?
Give it to
Here we
us.
go. So
Yes.
again, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to tell you the quote. You are going to tell me who said it. First quote is, "I've transformed my body into a dangerous weapon." Who said it? Daphne, Fred, Shaggy, or Velma?
Ooh,
"I've transformed my body into a dangerous weapon."
I just love that you this quiz so much. Get it afterwards. I'm gonna leave space for you. I know the answer. I
I know you
absolutely
do.
know the answers. Get on uppers. Who do you think said it? Was it Scooby? Was it Velma? Was it Daphne? Fred? I'm gonna lock it in. It was Daphne. Literally, I
Yes,
just told the story. It was Daphne. You thought you would get us with this one. It was
I did.
absolutely Daphne. Sarah Michelle
Yeah.
Gellar playing Daphne. Yes, it was Sarah Michelle Gellar's Daphne.
It's true. It's true. You nailed it. You got it. You got it. Okay. Let's see if we can stump you going forward. Now, this is also going to introduce characters that I do not know. I don't know. So let's see. Um, Look, I'm a man of substance. Dorky chicks like you turn me on. Ugh. Look, I'm a man of substance. Dorky chicks like you turn me on. Um, Voodoo Maestro is a character.
Okay.
Patrick, Shaggy, or Fred?
I think it was hello Wanda, just in time. Wanda from Florida. We are playing a Scooby-Doo quiz based on the movie Scooby-Doo. Who said it? What an obscure quiz. I love this so much. Um, I don't think it was any of our main characters. I think it was
Okay.
either Patrick or the voodoo guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with there they are. Great. Look
We
at that.
are. Oh,
There's Sarah
Rob,
Michelle
you are
Gellar,
on it.
Daphne. Look at that. Matthew Lillard. Oh, there's the gang. I love this
Love it.
movie
We
so
love
much.
it.
I will tell you that I went to go see when this trailer, Stacey said Fred. I don't think it's Fred, but Stacey, but I'll let you. I'm sorry. I was getting very
Yeah.
competitive. Like, oh, I don't
Okay.
think
No,
it's
you
Fred.
got it. You got it. Let's play along though. Yeah.
But when this trailer came out, I went to go to the movies with my mom, and if you see the teaser trailer is
Right.
like a dog in the shadow, and it kind of looks like it's Batman at first, then it turns around and it's Scooby, and my mom yells so loud, Marmaduke. Like she was so excited for a Marmaduke movie.
That's
I was so embarrassed. I was like, what,
so
15, 14
precious.
years old? I
That
was
is
so
so
embarrassed. I
precious.
couldn't believe it. She was so excited. She was like,
The
a
sweetest.
Marmaduke movie. No one's making a movie about Marmaduke.
The very sweetest. That is tender and precious, and we absolutely we love it. We love it. We couldn't love it more. Okay. So you're
I'm gonna go with
going with
Patrick. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
Patrick.
Get this. It was Fred. Fred
No
said it. I
way!
know.
He
I
goes on
know.
a journey in that movie. Stacey, I'm so sorry I doubted you. Stacey's always right.
Yeah.
Remember, and I came in hot. I was like, Stacey, that's wrong. It's not Fred.
Yeah.
I couldn't, because I guess he goes on a journey. I guess he starts
Yeah.
off as a jerk and then he gets
Sure.
better. He gets
Exactly.
better.
And he says it
Look
to
at Linda
Velma.
Cardellini. This is an all-star cast here.
Truly,
All-star
truly,
cast.
truly. Yes.
Hmm.
So Fred
Oh.
said that to
Apparently, sorry. Remember when you
the
were
caffeine is kicking in.
the excitement. I think you you don't realize how much I actually
Yes.
love this movie and
I
this
love it.
entire cast.
I
This is
love
my
it.
teenhood.
Yes.
Okay, but they were gonna Velma was gonna have she's supposed to be bisexual. She was gonna have like they're gonna lean into that, but they cut the scene.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I love it. I'm sorry about those beeps. Sorry about those beeps.
Trash
Hold it real quick.
Tuesday. Trash Tuesday.
She mutes herself. She mutes herself so you don't hear the beeps and it doesn't quite work. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Ready.
Here comes the next quote. You're beautiful, like a beautiful piece of pizza. You're beautiful, like a beautiful piece of pizza. Who said it? Was it Mary Jane, Mundivarius, Shaggy, or Velma?
I have an idea who said it. I thought before you even said it, I was gonna go with Shaggy. And you see, even Stacey. Stacey, I'm always gonna trust what Stacey said because Stacey said they've seen this movie several times, so they know. All right, I'm sorry I doubted you, Stacey. Stacey, I am gonna go with. I'm thinking Shaggy. What do you think? What are you thinking? Are you thinking Shaggy? Wanda says yes. Also thinking Shaggy.
When you're ready to lock it in.
I'm gonna lock it in. We're gonna say Shaggy. We're gonna go Shaggy. I think that's
are correct. It was Shaggy. Shaggy, of course. Shaggy's
agrees.
embarrassing.
Yep.
Beautiful piece of pizza. We love it. We love it. We love to see it. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Give it to me. Us.
Okay. Here we go. Those creatures are taking over the world? That's so mean. Those creatures are taking over the world? That's so mean.
Can
Who said it?
I
want to do it without a suggestion. Okay.
Without a suggestion. Stacey, you and I got this. You and I have obsessively seen this enough. Stacey, I'm thinking Daphne. That's what I'm thinking. And I even think that Renee did a really good reading as if like Renee should have and could have played that role. And Stacey also said, yes, we're going in blind without any of your hints, which we appreciate. We think it's Daphne.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're right. You're right. You're 100% correct. You guys both got it. You both got it.
If you're like, no, it was Patrick.
Yeah. Exactly. When that, if you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Now, as I look at these quotes, I keep scrolling to find one that's not misogynistic, and I am having to scroll a lot. There is a lot of scrolling.
I think that we forget how, like, here's the thing. I've always said, if you're going to watch something that is before 2015, prepare that there will be probably some homophobic jokes, some sexist jokes, and some racist jokes. A lot has actually happened in TV and movies in the last couple of years.
A lot.
And we didn't really necessarily recognize it. Like, I think that racism and sexism and homophobia at the time, it's like being a fish in water. Fish don't know that they're swimming in water, or it's sort of like, it's like sugar. It's in everything, right? You're like, oh, I'm on a diet. I'm going to eat this banana. There's sugar in it. There's racism in it. There's sexism in it. Yeah.
It's so true. It's so true. Okay. This, I can see the photo and you can't. So I'm going to say this misogynistic thing, but I am not saying it. The movie is saying it. We're referring to a ghost when we say this. The character is referring to a ghost when they say, who's the ugly old broad? Who's the ugly old broad? Who said it? Who said it? Referring to yes. Oh, yes. I would love to tell you. Voodoo Maestro.
Okay.
Fred, Shaggy, or Patrick?
Yeesh. I can't really remember who Patrick is. Am I able to Google Patrick? Just a photo of him. So I can.
You know Seth Green. Seth Green from
Oh, right. I barely remember him in that movie. I think he does become like a demon at some point. But
sounds right. Yeah,
Voodoo Maestro, please tell me he's not played by a black man.
of course he is. Yep.
Oh my
I
gosh, you're kidding
know.
me.
It's good.
No.
It's not great.
Oh no. Oh yeah,
I
it's
know,
that guy.
right.
Oh right,
You
Miguel
remember.
A. Nunez. Oh my god. Voodoo Maestro played by a black man.
Yeah.
Woof. And I think he's the only black person in the entire movie. 2002. 20
Sounds
years
right.
ago.
Sounds right. You're right. You're 100% right. And it's baked into everything. So if it was made before 2017, and even some things that were made afterwards, it's gonna have some problems in it. So
Gonna
who
have
said
some-
who's the old ugly broad, referring to a ghost?
Oh, Stacy thinks Shaggy. I can hear it. Oh, I hear it. I hear it, Stacy. I almost went Fred. I'm gonna go with Stacy. Stacy's right. It's like, who's the old broad? It's that sort of Shaggy voice. Yeah.
Sure.
It's
Now
Shaggy.
listen,
I'm going with Stacy.
I love it. You and Stacey are a team, and you are in it to win it, and I love it. But you're right. It was Fred. It was Fred. Fred said it. I know.
Oh,
I
dang.
know.
Fred had a lot of. I feel like in Fred's. I'm not defending Fred, but I do think that he goes on a journey in this movie where he becomes less that guy. I think the idea was Fred was leaning into it because they were like, oh, he's this white blonde guy who's very cute. Let's lean into he's probably terrible.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Okay. All right. How are we feeling? How are we doing? You ready? You ready
Yeah,
for a few more?
keep going. Keep going. Let's do it. We're here.
Let's do it. All right. Who said this? I mean, we're just like a big, delicious banana split. I mean, we're
Okay.
just like a big, delicious banana split. Who said it?
I
Who
think
said it?
I think Stacy, I think let's go back to Shaggy. I think we don't need any hints. I think if it's
Yep.
food, it's safe to say it's Shaggy, right,
Nailed
Stacy?
it.
I think
You
that's
nailed
Yeah.
it. Perfect. 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 Couldn't be better. You simply couldn't be better. You guys, you're doing so good. I'm so proud. Okay, here we go. Who said this? Mystery is my mistress. Mystery is my mistress. Let me know if you need some help. And it
Mystery is my
does.
mistress. Oh, I want to go with Velma. I feel like it's Velma because she's so smart.
Mhm,
And she loves she's the one that she's actually good at her job.
mhm.
I'm gonna go with Velma.
You nailed
Velma.
it. You nailed
Yeah.
it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Finally, Velma getting a quote in here.
No, jeez.
Okay. All right. Now we
Uh-oh. This is a
okay.
misogynistic one.
Well, it's not misogynistic, but I want you to be nice. I want you to be nice to Scooby. No, Scooby Doo, your mom eats cat poop. No, Scooby Doo, your mom eats cat poop. Who said it? Mary Jane, Fred, Shaggy, or Mundavarius?
Oh.
Mundavarius.
Oh man. Maybe it's Shaggy, which is unfortunate because he's being mean to his best bud. I don't like that.
I know.
I don't think Mary Jane had many lines. Stacey said, no, you don't think it's Shaggy? I don't think that Mary Jane turns evil in the end. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a wink and a nod that Shaggy fell in love with a girl named Mary Jane.
Yes.
Wink and a
Yeah.
nod. It's PG. The PG movie.
Hilarious.
I think it's Shaggy. I'm going with Shags.
You were correct. You were correct. They're in a little bit of spat, and that's
They
what he says to
were.
hurt his feelings. To hurt
Like,
his feelings. Okay.
Zoinks! Are you sure you haven't seen this movie?
Yeah, but I can put the pieces together. I feel like we can put the pieces together. Okay. Next quote. Instead of who's your daddy, the quote is who's your mommy? Who's your mommy? Who said it? Was it Daphne,
Ooh.
Velma, Mary Jane, or Heather?
Heather. I think that it was Daphne. She's probably doing something. She's fighting. I feel like it was Daphne. I think
Okay.
it's Daphne, and maybe
I
she gives a
like
spike.
that. Get on uppers. We all agree. It's Velma. Velma said, "Who's your mommy? Who's your mommy?"
I don't even know the context of that.
Sure.
Huh.
Well, she seems to be in a slinky outfit. It says, "Who's your mommy?" All right.
No, I think they were
All
trying
right.
to again. This is the 2000s, so everything's got to be
2002.
sexed up,
It's in the
even
past.
Velma.
Yeah.
And I think it was this idea. It was empowering for Velma to
Right.
for her to reclaim her sexuality. But I imagine it was all men behind the scenes being like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have Velma do this."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That all seems right. That all seems correct. Again, 2002. That's what happens. Final one. You ready for the final? You guys have done very well. I'm incredibly impressed. You do know
That's
your
a
Scooby
lot.
Doo. Final one. Here's the quote. How come we can't even investigate like Burger King or something? How come we can't even investigate like Burger King or something? Who said it? Daphne,
Uh,
Scrappy Doo,
Patrick.
Shaggy, or Scooby Doo? Patrick's not an option. Daphne, Scrappy Doo, Shaggy, or Scooby Doo? How come we can't even investigate like
Hmm.
Burger King or something?
This might be. I feel like we're at towards the end of the movie. It might be Scrappy Doo because he can talk. He's
Okay.
barely in the movie, and it's like kind of bit of a throwaway. But this seems more like a Shaggy thing. I think it's a Shaggy. I'm locking in Shaggy. I think you threw in Scooby Doo to throw me off the scent.
You nailed it. You nailed it. It's Shaggy. You got it. You ended on a win. Perfect
We
job.
did it,
Nice
Stacy.
work. Nice work, you guys. Great, great, great. Proud of you. Proud, proud, proud of you. Good job. We love it. We love it. And Jam, that brings us to Giving Tuesday.
Ooh.
Time to shout out the various things we see in the world that we're like, well, you know what? This we should give to. Or these guys are doing a great job at giving. One of the two. A lot of good ones to shout out today. I got one. You got one.
Give it to me.
I would love
Yeah.
to
What
tell
you
you.
got?
I would love to tell you guys, this is such a good non-for-profit that I want you to know about. And if you have the means, I want you to support and give to. It is a non-for-profit called Black Girls Code. And it
Ooh, I love Black Girls Code.
teaches exactly Black Girls Code, how to code. So I'd like to read you a little bit about the company. If you'll have me, we build pathways for young women of color to embrace the current tech marketplace as builders and creators by introducing them to skills in computer programming and technology, which is very cool. Radical action is needed if we are to close the opportunity gap for Black women and girls. We lead a global movement to establish equal representation in the tech sector. Black Girls Code is devoted to showing the world that Black girls can code and do so much more. Together, we are creating stronger economics and more equitable societies, ultimately realizing the true potential of democracy through diversity and inclusion. We love it so much. Love it so much. They're providing everything we need to teach. I mean, basically, they said it best there. Close the opportunity gap. The best.
Yeah. Well, especially too, because again, the wealth gap just continues to increase there, and the tech industry is it's the new gold. It's the new gold rush. So you want people to be able to participate. And here's the thing too, like because I work and I feel like I'm like Renee, where I'm just like, oh, I work in DAV. Renee has a new job, but businesses, universities, the whole entire world benefits from having just more diverse minds at the table. So you see businesses do better by 86% through better business decisions, which lead to increased revenue by 19%. There was a study that happened a few years ago. And so it just shows like diversity across the board. People are looking for it. Renee and I, you both used to do improv. The best comedy teams were the ones that had diverse people on stage. You have more interesting ideas to pull from. When it was like 5 white guys and they threw up one poor white girl up there, it was just all from like the same viewpoint. It just wasn't as interesting. It just wasn't as interesting. It allows you to explore more.
Always about Star Wars. Always. Yeesh.
Here we go again. But the best teams I saw were the ones that were like, oh, they could throw in an America's Next Top Model reference, or you can go to more interesting places. But anyways, everybody benefits. So my company, we sometimes partner with Black Girls Who Code. So
cool. Very, very cool.
No,
So the website, if you want to learn more, is blackgirlscode.com. Blackgirlscode.com. You can read more.
I love it. So here's an organization that I saw for giving to us. It is called Bufu. So it stands for By Us For Us. So you can go to this is going to be kind of a tricky website to find, but if you Google Bufu, so that's BUFU. Which stands for By Us For Us, which is a spin on, if you've ever seen the brand Fubu, which is FUBU. Fubu stands for For Us By Us, and it was a I remember growing up seeing clothes that said FUBU on it. And FUBU was essentially a black line. It was like for us, by us. So this is by us, for us. And so essentially it is women of color who've put together this organization. So it's women from all of the diaspora of women of color. We've put this organization together. It's a project-based collective interested in solidarity amongst us. And essentially by going to support them, they're a project-based collective that encourages liberation and self-love. Those involved seek creative ways to highlight the experience of people who have been affected by white supremacy. So they're actively doing work in different schools. They're doing art collaborations, holding conversations. So just a really great organization of some women who are doing some really great work. So sometimes we're like, maybe you don't have the time or the effort or the energy or even the or the knowledge of like, how do I tackle, white supremacy or doing the work of, anti-racism. Well, here's an organization that's doing the work for you. So you can just throw some dollars their way and they'll do it.
Well, it's incredible. Well, Jim, I can't believe it. We done did it. We got ourselves to the end of another show. Get on Uppers. We've been so happy to have you here on Valentine's Day morrow. Been the best to have you. And we've got another show that we're bringing to you tomorrow.
Ooh, do you want a little sneak peek? All right.
Please tell us so we get on Uppers, but they're getting themselves into.
Here's what's coming up tomorrow. Yep. So excited on Valentine's morrow, or do we go back to just life?
Maybe it's just February 16th, okay. But whichever you like. Right. Whichever you like. Yes.
So we're going to kick it off. Think about what you want to share with us in terms of what is your power anthem or your song of the week. We'll kick it off with our jam of the day, our morning jams. And then it's got to be someone's celebrity birthday tomorrow, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to do our celebrity birthday quiz there as well. And Renee, you know what? I can take us out of here, but Renee,
do you guys want to hear? I would love to pull back the curtain real quick. So the dog is whining, which is never good. So I think we're working with mere moments before an accident is about to occur. I am so sorry.
Renee, get on out of here. We will see you tomorrow. I will wrap things up, Renee. We love you. Goodbye. Tugboat. Best of luck. We got
Great. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Thank you, Jam. You are the very best. Rob, thank you for all your help. Sarah, we love you.
All right.
Jam, you're a Valentine. All right. Love you. Bye.
Tomorrow. All right. Well, everybody, here's what will be going on tomorrow. I mentioned it. We've got our celebrity birthday quiz that is happening. Some really good ones tomorrow. So study up. And then we'll have our Black History Month moment as well, continuing our celebration of Black History Month. And it's What Would You Do Wednesday? We have some situations and scenarios, both real and imagined, maybe some pulled from real life, maybe some pulled from TV. And we're going to put ourselves in that situation and say, what would you do? Sometimes they come from real life. Y'all have been helpful for me with dealing with issues with family members to roommates. So bring those issues to the table for What Would You Do Wednesday, and we're going to help find some solutions. And we're also going to look at the news that has potential. I know today we had a bit of a scandal Tuesday, but don't worry. Tomorrow we're looking at news that seems hopeful. So we'll have that to help us get through the week. And then we're going to play While In or Working It. So we're going to have situations and scenarios, and you're going to decide whether they are whiling or they're working. And then we'll close out with some Wednesday, and what are you watching? Sounds like an action-packed Wednesday. I definitely cannot wait to get into it. And we are going to cut out of here, but don't you worry. There's so much more programming happening right here on Backchannel. So stick around. There's so many other shows. Right after us, you've got the Anthony Davis show. And then after that, it's My Pal Hal. And then closing us out, it is The Drive with Mario Smith. So don't you go anywhere. So much programming happening right here on Backchannel. We're going to be back, both Renee and I, tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific time or 8 a.m. Mountain time, 9 a.m. Central time, 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll be here for 2 hours helping you all to get on up. Don't forget, leave a review. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and share the gift of how much you love the show or any feedback. We love to hear it. Head on over to www.backchannel.tv. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Get on up. I'm James Arthur M. That was Renee Colvert, and you just got on up. See you tomorrow.